His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Sripad Maharaj. Sripad Maharaj ki. So to begin with, the program schedule is after these announcements, we will have homages from senior devotees and Maharaj disciples, as well as other devotees who wish to make an offering. So you can give your name to me and I will call out. After that we'll have cake cutting ceremony, followed by Pushpanjali, Aarti, and then Prasadam. Prasadam will be in Brahmachari Ashram Prasadam Hall for Brahmacharis, and for all other devotees in Gopal's Prasadam Hall, as well as here in Gauranga Hall. I would like to read some excerpts from Srila Prabhupada's lecture on his Vyas Puja in 1972. So I'll read part of the lecture. This is by Srila Prabhupada. So your senses are imperfect. You are cheating. You are illusioned. And you commit mistake. How can you give perfect knowledge? Therefore, we don't accept any knowledge from an imperfect personality, because that is imperfect knowledge. What is the use of that knowledge? Theorizing. No theory. We want to know fact. That is perfect knowledge. So that perfect knowledge can come from God. And one who distributes that knowledge exactly as God has said, he is perfect. Just like a post peon comes and delivers you, say $100. So he is not delivering that $100. Your friend has sent you $100, and his business is to hand over that $100 as it is, without any change, without taking any dollar from it, no, or adding. No addition, no subtraction. His honesty, his perfection is that he delivers you that $100 which is sent by a friend. That is his honest perfection. He may be imperfect in so many other ways, but when he does his business perfectly, he is perfect. Similarly, this Vyas Puja means we receive perfect knowledge from Krishna through the agency of spiritual master. So this Vyas Puja means one day in a year, on the birthday of the spiritual master, because he is representative of Vyas, he is delivering the same knowledge which has come down by disciplic succession without any change. He is offered the respect. This is called Vyasa Puja, and the spiritual master receives all honor, all contribution on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not for his person. Just like in our country, when there was British rule, there was a viceroy, a king's representative. So naturally, when viceroy used to go to some meeting, many people used to present valuable jewels, because just to honor him. But the law was that not a single of the jewels or contribution the viceroy could touch. It was going to the royal treasury. The viceroy could accept on behalf of the king all contribution, but it goes to the king. Similarly, this day, Vyas Puja day, whatever honor, contribution and feelings is being offered to the spiritual master, it is again, as we have received the knowledge from upwards, similarly this respect also goes from downward to upward. This is the process. So as the spiritual master is teacher of the student, he has to teach the disciple how to send back his respect and contribution to God. This is called Vyas Puja. So this is the position of a spiritual master. Don't misunderstand that this person is sitting very comfortably and taking all honors and contribution. It is needed just to teach them how to respect the representative of God. This is the sum and substance of Vyas Puja. Srila Prabhupada ki, Sripad Maharaj ki. So as Srila Prabhupada explains, today Vyas Puja Day is an opportunity for the disciples to honor, to respect, to contribute and to express their feelings towards the spiritual master, which all goes upward, which all goes to Krishna, and in that way we get blessed. This Vyas Puja also has one speciality, that as we see on the screen, Sripad Maharaj's Ashtadhatu Murti is being installed, and then it will be continued to worship. He will be worshipped in the Samadhi Mandir at Radhakund. So as we see, there is a grand festival there and many devotees are assembled. And also today 9th December, Udan Shashti Day, and Maharaj appeared in Manipur on 9th December, Udan Shashti Day. So today both the dates are coinciding, both the calendars are coinciding. So that's another interesting feature. Sripad Maharaj ki. So we'll start with the homages. Who will go first? Maharaj? Amyavilas Maharaj will go first. So I'll request His Holiness Amyavilas Maharaj to offer his homage. Maharaj is disciple of Srila Prabhupada and Sannyas disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namo Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rushabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataruvascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So today is very auspicious day. Srila Sripad Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami appearance day. I was always, whenever the Vyasa Puja ceremonies we are getting performance, always I hear from Prabhupada about the appearance of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Since today also I was hearing Prabhupada in Atlanta, Prabhupada in Mayapur, Prabhupada speaking about appearance of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So this Vyasa Puja is a very important event to all the Vaishnava community to remind us, remember, the ceremonies are not just we do, but there is so much meaning behind it. So I would like to say here, Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 75, the sloka goes, Vyasa prasadachurutvan etad guhyam aham param yogam yogeshwarat krishnat shakshat katayata swayam. By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talk directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. So Prabhupada very nicely writing in the purport, Vyasa was the spiritual master of Sanjaya, and Sanjaya admits that it was by his mercy that he could understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhupada writing in this purport that this means that one has to understand Krishna not directly, but through the medium of spiritual master. The spiritual master is a transparent medium, although it is true that the experience direct. This is a mystery of the disciplic succession. When the spiritual master is bona fide, then one can hear Bhagavad Gita directly as Arjuna heard it. There are many mystics, yogis all over the world, but Krishna is the master of all yoga system. Krishna's instruction is explicitly stated in Bhagavad Gita, surrender unto Krishna. One who does so is the topmost yogi. This is confirmed in the last verse of the 6th chapter. Yoginam api sarvesham. Narada is the direct disciple of Krishna and a spiritual master of the Vyasa. Therefore, Vyasa is the bona fide as Arjuna because he comes in the disciplic succession, and Sanjaya is the direct disciple of Vyasa. Therefore, by the grace of Vyasa, his senses were purified and he could see and hear Krishna directly. One who directly hears Krishna can understand his confidential knowledge. If one does not come to the disciplic succession, he cannot hear Krishna. Therefore, his knowledge is always imperfect, at least as far as understanding Bhagavad Gita concerned. In Bhagavad Gita, all the yoga system, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga are explained. Krishna is the master of all such mysticism. It is to be understood, however, that as Arjuna was fortunate enough to understand Krishna directly, similarly, by the grace of Vyasa, Sanjaya was also able to hear Krishna directly. Actually, there is no difference between hearing directly from Krishna or hearing directly from Krishna via bona fide spiritual master like Vyasa. The spiritual master is the representative of Vyasadeva also. According to the Vedic system, on the birthday of spiritual master, the disciple conducts the ceremony called Vyasa Puja. This is just, I would like to remind all the devotees should know why we perform Vyasa Puja. Meaning of Vyasa Puja, Prabhupada says that nobody can go to Krishna directly. Only through the disciplic succession, it's called Guru Parampara, Guru Shishya Parampara. So this is the very real meaning of Vyasa Puja. Vyasa Puja means you cannot go to Krishna directly, only you can go to Krishna through the parampara. Just now, today, Gokuleshwar Prabhu was reading now, Sripad Maharaj wrote to Vyasa Puja about Prabhupada. So, the knowledge coming through the Guru Parampara, Krishna to Brahma, Brahma to Narada, Narada to Vyasa, Vyasa to Madhva, like that. Similarly, when we service offered to Krishna, we don't serve Krishna directly, only through the bona fide Guru. That is, even in the deity worship, we don't go to directly to worship the deity. First we take permission from the spiritual master. Only by his mercy one can worship Krishna. So this is the main understanding of Vyasa Puja, that you cannot go to Krishna without going through the bona fide spiritual master. This is the real meaning of Vyasa Puja. So today, celebrating that Vyasa Puja, Bhakti Sarup Damodar Swami, also Prabhupada says that we glorify the spiritual master by his activities. So since our Sripad Maharaj, Bhakti Sarup Damodar Swami, he is a direct disciple of a divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, direct disciple. not only direct disciple initiated, but he was also very much associated with Prabhupada. Especially even in the final days of Prabhupada, our Sripad Maharaj was there. All the leading personalities, very dear disciples, they were there. Sripad Maharaj is very, very intimate disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He has written about scientific base of Krishna consciousness. It's a very, very interesting book. Prabhupada always proud of Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami, and he always refer about this book to the people. That one of my a PhD disciple, scientist disciple, he has written that book, Scientific Base of Krishna Consciousness. I was trying to take and read all about his, about the author, but I could not find that book completely. Now that book is there, but it's very short. Explanation is there. I don't know. This is a very important. So he appeared in Manipur. It was explaining that in childhood only his father passed away. Then he is brought up in education. One of his great understanding of his position is materially is well educated. In all his college, university, in every field of his education, he was first honored. That is the very interesting about his education. I think he was also sponsored to go to America, I think, government, because of his, highly qualified education. By the Providence, he had a nice association with Srila Prabhupada. I was always hearing this conversation. Sripad Maharaj had a lot of conversation with Prabhupada. And Prabhupada always said that this movement is very, very scientific. Internally, it is a very, very intimate relation with the Krishna of the pure devotees. But at the same time, Krishna consciousness also, in deep study, deep understanding, is very, very scientific. Ordinary devotee, they cannot understand how Krishna consciousness is scientific. When Sripad Maharaj was discussing with Prabhupada, many places like Bhubaneswar, he said that he went to the MIT in America, the university, artificial intelligence, and first of all, Sripad Maharaj was telling to Prabhupada that they did not allow them to go to that university. Then afterward they allowed to search. Anyway, so this is a discussion. It is very interesting. Since he is a chemist in PhD, he was speaking so many things about the soul. He was telling that some seeds were germinated. Since he has a scientific background, so he was explaining about how even that seed germinates, but that also producing some element. That's what Sripad Maharaj discussed with Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada said, that is the soul. The life produces the matter. Life doesn't come from the matter, but life produces. Anyway, so this is the way of the very, very deep understanding of Krishna consciousness. And the scientific base of Krishna consciousness is so nice. You can all read that final days. Finally, it's concluding how one should approach a bona fide guru to search for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is, as Sripad Maharaj always says, that only by mercy of my Guru Maharaj I can present Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness, he presented to the world. He traveled all over the world. He met so many big scientists, Nobel laureates around the world. He had a big conference in Bombay, Science and Religion, in Calcutta, Science and Religion. It is amazing. This is beyond the ordinary devotee cannot understand how this scientific preaching, Krishna consciousness. So today is very, very auspicious day that we got a chance to glorify him and his activities. The devotee should remember this. I was talking to Gokulesh that the ceremony should be every year we should improve. Improve means devotee should know actually why this Vaishnava community, the parampara is so important. That I was telling. The devotee should know. Prabhupada said that devotee should not be in ignorance. Everything you should know. That is the meaning of Krishna consciousness. So today we are celebrating his Vyasa Puja. The devotee should all, with a great understanding, I should participate this ceremony. I would like to stop here. Follow Bhakti Sarup Damodar Swami Srila Sripad Maharaj ki, Srila Sripad Maharaj ki, Srila Sripad Maharaj ki.
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj told me in the morning about this, improving every year, as well as Maharaj was mentioning about the Tithi. I didn't understand at that time. So then I saw the calendar that 9 December is Sripad Maharaj's appearance day, and Odan Sashti during that time was on 9 December. Thank you, Maharaj. So now I request His Grace Bhima Prabhu to please speak. His Grace Bhima Prabhu is godbrother of our Guru Maharaj and also Zonal Secretary as well as BBT Trustee.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jaina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So where to begin? There's so much to say about His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada recognized in him not only that he was well educated, certainly he was, but over and above that he understood that he came from a Vaishnava background. His culture was Vaishnava. There are so many PhDs. PhD is not such a big thing. But there's not so many Vaishnavas. Prabhupada used to say, Vaishnava is not so easy thing. We take it very lightly. Oh, he's a Vaishnava. But no. Vaishnava is not. It takes lifetimes of persons to do devotional service and actually inculcate the characteristics of a true Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada recognized in Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj these Vaishnava qualities: humility, tolerance, attachment to Krishna. You could see when he led kirtan, he was fully absorbed in the chanting of the holy name. Very absorbed. His kirtan very attractive. Many people appreciated his kirtan. And Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada explained, is a cultural presentation. There's a whole culture to Vaishnavism. And Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj came out of this culture, especially Manipur Vaishnavism. They're very much connected to our Krishna consciousness movement. The Acharyas gave a lot of mercy to that area. So for these reasons, Srila Prabhupada invested much time in Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj, guiding him how to preach in the scientific community. And he did that. The first conference was done in Srila Prabhupada's presence in Vrindavan in 1977, towards the end of Srila Prabhupada's manifest pastimes with us here in this world. And every day after the conference, Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj would come and report to Srila Prabhupada what happened that day in the conference. And Srila Prabhupada was very much interested. So, there's many things we can learn from the life of Srila Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj. Many things. One of them is his deep humility, very humble. Right? Although he was a PhD, and there weren't so many PhDs in our movement at that time, still he remained very humble and very tolerant. He had a vision based on the instructions given to him by Srila Prabhupada for scientific preaching to scientists. But others always didn't have the same vision. So but he tolerated many things. He told me one time that he was riding with Srila Prabhupada in the car, and Srila Prabhupada asked him, "So you want to get married?" And he said, "No, Srila Prabhupada." He said, "Well, if you do, I have many nice girls in Los Angeles." So Srila Prabhupada was taking care, just like a father takes care of his son, and concerned about his well-being, not only in Krishna consciousness, but in other areas also. And I saw in the life of Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj that he also cared about devotees like that. He took care of devotees. He was concerned about devotees in their spiritual life and all other aspects also. So these are the qualities and traits of a Vaishnava. We can learn from that. We can also try to follow in his footsteps. After all, the goal is to become a devotee of Krishna, to become a true Vaishnava. And on this day of his appearance, certainly he's a representative of Vyasadeva, and we can pray to him to help us inculcate the qualities of being a Vaishnava so that we can perfect this human form of life and also help others to perfect this life. Hare Krishna. Srila Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj ki.
हरे कृष्णा। देखिए, ये गुरु महाराज के जो व्यास पूजा भी हुई, त्रिवाल तिथि भी हुआ, जो भी कार्य भक्तों के द्वारा हुआ, धन्यवाद उसके लिए। जब उसी दिन से मुकुंद माधव बाबू बोले, देखो अब ने थोड़ा शॉर्ट में करना है, पर शॉर्ट में करते करते बहुत बढ़िया हुआ, आनंद हुआ। ने उसी का दिन आज देखने योग आया। हम मतलब मुकुंद माधव बाबू आज रहने वाले थे कि वृंदावन जाने वाले थे, वो ठीक नहीं था। पर जो भी भक्त स्थायी है, सब अपने अपनी सेवा में लगे हुए हैं, ने किया है, बहुत धन्यवाद उसके लिए। श्रीपाद महाराज, एक बार मैं मणिपुर गया था। मणिपुर जाने के बाद में उस दिन एकादशी था। महाराज बोले निताई को बुलाओ, मेरे सामने बैठेगा प्रसाद खाते हुए। तो मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा किसी के स्वामी के साथ में सामने प्रसाद खाने के लिए रुका नहीं और बोला भी नहीं। महाराज ने वेट किया है, चलो आप बुलाओ प्रसाद खाने के लिए। उस दिन एकादशी था, मालूम नहीं था क्या क्या आइटम है। मणिपुर के कई तरह के आइटम बने थे, पर कुछ महाराज बार बार पूछते रहे कैसा लगा। मैं मन में सोच रहा हूँ मुझे तो कोई अच्छा नहीं लगा, तो मैं उनके बारे में कैसा लगा बार बार पूछते रहे। मैंने जो कोई आइटम मुझे तो बोल भी नहीं सकता हूँ और कह भी नहीं सकता, चुपचाप बोला मेरे बहुत बढ़िया बना, अच्छा है। पर चुपचाप प्रसाद खा लिया उनके सामने, देख बोला। उसके बाद में किधर घूमने जाएंगे, तो एक भक्त ले गया हमें कुछ जगह, तालाब का किनारा, इतना मुझे मालूम है। तो उसके उतना हमें अच्छा लगा। दूसरे दिन वापिस एकादशी था, फिर महाराज फिर बुलाया, कैसा लगा प्रसाद? मैंने बढ़िया। तो तीसरे दिन मैंने अच्छा लगा, मगर अभी तो मैं नहीं खा पाया, चुपचाप रहा। तीसरे दिन महाराज का एक लेक्चर था, वो हमारे सुशांत तरफ से ही रखा था वहाँ पे। गोविंद मंदिर है वहाँ पे। तो आज मैंने सोचा कि अपने बॉम्बे का आइटम कुछ मिलेगा, फिर नहीं मिला वहाँ पे। तो हमारे साली थी, वो पूछने आई कि कैसा लगा आज का प्रसाद? मैंने कहा बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं। बोले क्यों? मैंने चपाती नहीं मिला और उधर सब्जी और चावल मिले, पकौड़ा मिला, बस। ये तो बॉम्बे में बहुत खाते हैं लोग। तो मैंने एक काम करो, बोले चपाती उधर नहीं मिलता है। इधर चपाती जो बनाते हैं उसके अंदर, यहाँ पे गरीब लोग सोचते हैं कि बहुत गरीब है तब चपाती खाते हैं। मैंने कहा ये तो बड़ी बात बताए हैं। बोले सब लोग अपने वहाँ ये पूड़ी बनती है, वो नाश्ते में बनती है, और चपाती तो जिसके वहाँ चपाती बनाएंगे तो दरवाज़ा बंद करेंगे, तब जाके खाएंगे। बहुत गरीब आदमी है तब चपाती बनाते हैं। तो मैंने कहा हम तो सभी गरीबी लोग वहाँ से आए हैं, तो फिर भी ठीक है। फिर हमारी साली आई पूछने के लिए। मैंने देखो एक चपाती बनाने के लिए और जो भी साधन लगता है वो लेके आओ, तब तो नहीं तो हमारी टिकट कल वापस कर दो, भेज दो। तो बोले नहीं अरेंजमेंट करेगा। तो 1 घंटे में अरेंजमेंट किया। मैंने बहुत धन्यवाद उसके लिए, मेरे को अच्छा लगा। बाद में महाराज एक कोई आदमी नहीं रहा, मतलब कोई राजा के वहाँ से कोई आदमी था, वो नहीं था। तो आदमी वो सब लोग प्रसाद जाने और सब बोले जाइए इनके साथ और देखिए। और मुझे तो उतना ही समझ में आया, खाली कृष्णा और अर्जुन, और कोई समझ में नहीं आया। मैंने कहा कि अपन आके बैठेंगे। सब मणिपुर में भी बोल रहे थे और जिनका प्रोग्राम था वो भी मणिपुर के बोल रहे थे। बोले आप कैसे लगे? मेरे कृष्ण अर्जुन तो जो समझा, बाकी पर वो उनका कोई कार्यक्रम आगे था। तो कुछ साफा पहनाया और कुछ सब बोले। मुझे तो समझ में आया कृष्ण अर्जुन, बाकी क्या क्या था वो बोलने में समझ में नहीं आया। मैं भी बहुत सोचा कि अपन आके ज़बरदस्ती आए, महाराज के कहने के ऊपर से उनकी आज्ञा का पालन किया। बहुत धन्यवाद उसके लिए। मैं बहुत कुछ बोलने में शर्मिंदा था वहाँ की भाषा के ऊपर, तो नहीं बोल पाया। धन्यवाद इतना ही बोलने के मैं क्षमा चाहता हूँ। हरे कृष्ण।
Today is very auspicious, very auspicious, very auspicious day. I like to glorify Sripad Maharaj. I used to work. I was working even fundraising for World Congress. Maharaj is so happy you joined Bhaktivedanta Institute. I did 5 years, minimum 5 or 6 years, I don't know. Maharaj say you are very important for this Bhaktivedanta Institute. We are welcoming you. You do continuously your seva. I was doing some years only, not continuously. In between discontinuing, but still I don't know future, only Lord knows. So Maharaj is missing. We are all missing Maharaj. Maharaj is now in front of us. We have to glorify. He is preaching in different planets. Maharaj is having such a nice quality. One thing, very specific quality is Maharaj very humble. He is showing real sadhu. Sadhu means Manipuri sadhu, I can say. Like that, Maharaj is very auspicious person. Anyway, we have to serve him, we have to pray him, we have to glorify him all the time. Hare Krishna.
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्जिनिमिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नित्यनामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चादेशतारिणे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर स्वामी नित्यनामिने। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम। Hare Krishna. There are two things. One is called Bapu and other is called Bani. So Prabhupada emphasized. हिंदी में बोलो अंग्रेजी में बोलो? हिंदी बोलो। प्रभुपाद जी हमेशा जोर देते थे कि हमें वाणी में ज़्यादा विश्वास श्रद्धा उत्पन्न करना चाहिए। बपू रहेगा चला जाएगा। लेकिन आज दुख की बात है, देखने को मिलता है कि भक्तों को बपू में ज़्यादा विश्वास है और वाणी में बड़ा कम विश्वास है। और उसका उदाहरण है आज भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर महाराज का व्यास पूजा दिवस देखने को। मुझे याद है जब महाराज यहाँ पर थे तो एक बार व्यास पूजा में मैं भी था। बहुत भक्त लोग आए थे, चाहे गोपाल कृष्ण महाराज चाहे किसी का भी व्यास पूजा होता है, जब जीवित हैं तो बहुत भक्त आते हैं और जब चले जाते हैं तो देखो कितने लोग आए हुए हैं। ये लोग समझते हैं कि वो महाराज देख नहीं रहे, जब जीवित हैं तो देख रहे हैं। या हो सकता है कि पहले के दिनों में फीस्ट का महत्व था, आज डेली फीस्ट हो रहा है तो उसका महत्व नहीं है। जो कुछ भी कारण हो, ये सैड है यह देख करके कि भक्त लोग कम हैं। जो भी हो, ही होलनेस भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर महाराज प्रभुपाद के रत्नों में से एक रत्न थे। इनके अनंत गुण है। इनके गुणों को हम जानते हैं, जो हम देखे हैं, अनुभव किए हैं, सुने हैं, लेकिन जो हिडन है उसको हम नहीं जानते हैं। तो उनके गुणों में से कुछ गुणों का मैं बखान करूंगा। हिज होलीनेस भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर महाराज प्रभुपाद जी के भक्त थे पहले और कृष्ण के भक्त थे बाद में। प्रभुपाद के भक्तों का बड़ा वे स्नेह करते थे। मेरा उनसे प्रथम बार मुलाकात हुआ 1978 में मायापुर फेस्टिवल में, जब 11 आचार्य लोग नियुक्त हुए थे। तो पहले मंदिर जो था, आजकल जहाँ प्रभुपाद जी का व्यासासन है, वो जो दीवार है, उस दीवार से लेकर इधर, जब आजकल वो चलचित्र बना दिया गया है क्या, चैतन्य महाप्रभु का, तो जहाँ प्रभुपाद जी बैठे हुए हैं आज के दिन, और उनके पीछे जो है वो अल्टर था, और बिल्कुल पीछे अभी जहाँ सिक्योरिटी वाले बैठते हैं, उस साइड में प्रभुपाद जी का व्यासासन था। वो व्यासासन ठीक ऐसे ही था जैसे आज प्रभुपाद जी का व्यासासन है, वैसा ही वो ठीक वैसे ही था। और प्रभुपाद जी के व्यासासन के सामने छोटा छोटा आसन बनाया गया था दोनों साइड में, एक दर्जे में 6, एक दर्जे में 5, 11 आसन, और ये लोग बैठे हुए थे और इन लोगों की गुरु पूजा हो रहे थे। भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर महाराज प्रभुपाद जी के पीछे बड़े उदास खड़े थे, ब्रह्मचारी थे, बड़े उदास खड़े थे। तो राधा गोविंद महाराज इंट्रोड्यूस कराए कि देखो वो भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर महाराज स्वरूप प्रभु हैं, वो बहुत बड़े साइंटिस्ट हैं, प्रभुपाद जी उनको बहुत पसंद करते हैं। तो मैं कहा कि वो इंडियन है क्या, क्योंकि पहली बार मैं इंडिया समझता था भारत के जैसे यूपी बिहार वाले जैसे होते हैं, तो एक अलग प्रकार के थे। शरीर का रंग तो इंडियन जैसा था, लेकिन चेहरा से मैं कहा कि इंडियन कहाँ, मणिपुर के हैं इंडियन। तो राधा गोविंद प्रभु हम लोगों को भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर महाराज से मुलाकात कराए। तो थोड़ा सा बात हुआ, लेकिन फिर मैं तो उस समय मायापुर में फर्स्ट टाइम आया था, तो डिफरेंट वर्ल्ड में था, और इन दिनों जुरोणाचार्य का समय शुरू हुआ था। तो जय जय गुरुदेव, द्वादश महाजन, जय श्रील भगवान, पतित पावन, ऐसे गाते थे बहुत। तो राधा गोविंद महाराज उनसे बात कर रहे थे, तो महाराज बड़े नाराज थे। राधा गोविंद प्रभु उन दिनों उन्होंने हमको बताया कि भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर प्रभु बड़े नाराज हैं, और वे कहे कि ये अपने से गुरु बन गए हैं, प्रभुपाद जी उनको गुरु नहीं बनाया है। वो बड़े दुखी थे, और 1 पॉइंट वो इस्कान छोड़ने वाले थे। लेकिन भक्ति चारू महाराज इत्यादि से उनका बड़ा अच्छा, क्योंकि भक्ति चारू महाराज प्रभुपाद जी का सेवा करते थे, तो लोकनाथ स्वामी भक्ति चारू महाराज ये लोग उनसे मिले, राधा गोविंद महाराज। तो राधा गोविंद महाराज बता रहे थे कि हम लोग बहुत कहे कि आप मत जाइए। इनको गुरु बनाया गया 82 में, गोपाल कृष्ण महाराज, भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर महाराज और भक्ति तीर्थ महाराज, इन 3 लोगों को, और पंचदर्वी 4 लोगों को। लेकिन महाराज बड़े नाराज थे। प्रभुपाद जी इनको बहुत पसंद करते थे। प्रभुपाद जी वॉज प्राउड और भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर महाराज, इन्होंने जो पुस्तक लिखा था लाइफ कम्स फ्रॉम लाइफ, प्रभुपाद वॉज प्राउड एंड ही आस्क्ड बीबीटी को उसको प्रिंट करने के लिए। बीबीटी सब पुस्तकों को प्रिंट नहीं करता है, अच्छा साइंटिफिक, ओके। तो प्रभुपाद ने कहा कि इसको प्रिंट करना चाहिए, और प्रभुपाद जी वॉज वेरी प्राउड ऑफ हिम एंड अदर साइंटिस्ट। ही आल्सो जॉइन्ड विद प्रभुपाद विद महाराज, क्या नाम है दूसरा साइंटिस्ट, महाराज के दोस्त थे, क्लासमेट थे, राय हाँ राय रामानंद, हाँ राय रामानंद महाराज के क्लासमेट थे और रूममेट भी थे। तो प्रभुपाद जी बहुत प्राउड थे। जब 1975 में वृंदावन मंदिर का उद्घाटन हो रहा था तो प्रभुपाद जी को बोले कि भक्ति सर्वोदय कहाँ हैं, जो गवर्नर आए थे उनसे प्राउडली इंट्रोड्यूस किए प्रभुपाद जी इनको। और स्वाभाविक होता है, प्राइड होती है, जब बेटा ज़्यादा क्वालिफाइड हो जाता है तो बाप को इनसिक्योरिटी नहीं बल्कि प्राइड होती है। अभी मैं चलता हूँ, मेरे साथ में तो अचिंत्य रूप साथ में असिस्टेंट है, तो मैं इंट्रोड्यूस करता हूँ कि देखो बीटेक है, MBA है, तो आई फील प्राउड कि है कोई। तो प्रभुपाद जी वाज वेरी प्राउड ऑफ भक्ति सर्वोदय महाराज। लेकिन प्रभुपाद जी का प्राउडनेस इनको प्राउड नहीं बनाया है, इनको प्राइड नहीं हुआ कि प्रभुपाद जी को मैं बहुत चाहता हूँ, प्रभुपाद चाहते हैं। और कन्वर्सेशन में यदि आप देखेंगे तो टुवर्ड्स द लास्ट 75 के बाद में जब भी मिले हैं प्रभुपाद जी, उनके साथ में बहुत कन्वर्सेशन किए हैं। और प्रभुपाद जी अपने जीवन के अंत काल में 2 चीज़ पर बहुत जोर दिए। एक था वर्णाश्रम का स्थापना, और दूसरा साइंटिफिक प्रीचिंग। जो साइंटिफिक प्रीचिंग के लिए प्रभुपाद जी भक्ति सर्वोदय दामोदर महाराज को सुपुर्द किए थे। बॉम्बे में जब महाराज थे तो BI में माधव प्रभु महाराज और विष्णु सत्व 3 लोग थे पहले। तो बाद में महाराज तो ट्रेवलिंग करने लगे, माधव प्रभु चले गए, तो हमारे साथ में डॉक्टर गोयल ज्वाइन किए। बटर ब्रेड प्रभु कहते थे हम लोग, और मैं मंदिर का वाइस प्रेसिडेंट था, तो उनको हम 5,000 रुपया देते थे BI को मेंटेन करने के लिए उन दिनों। और बाद में हिसाब मांगते थे, तो हिसाब में ज़्यादा था बटर ब्रेड चाय। तो जब भी भक्ति सर्वोदय आते थे तो हमसे उनसे यही बात होती थी कि तो इसके लिए जा रहा है, क्या प्रचार हो रहा है, साइंटिफिक प्रचार क्या हो रहा है। तो इनफैक्ट हमने बहुत अपराध भी किया। हम लोग समझ नहीं पा रहे थे भक्त महाराज के कि कैसे वे अकेले हैं और प्रयास कर रहे हैं, और उस बात को हम समझ नहीं पा रहे थे। नेचुरली है कि साइंस, सब लोग साइंटिस्ट नहीं हैं, तो हम लोग BI का नाम रखे थे बेफेलो इंस्टीट्यूट। सॉरी, मैं सब जो कलुषता है उसको निकालना ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि कुछ होता नहीं था, बटर ब्रेड चाय पार्टी चलती थी। बाद में महाराज स्ट्रगल खूब कर रहे थे, लेकिन बाद में रसराज प्रभु, मुकुंद माधव प्रभु, ये सब लोग आए, तब थोड़ा वर्ल्ड कांग्रेस के बाद में थोड़ा भक्ति वेदांत इंस्टीट्यूट शेप लिया। और वर्ल्ड कांग्रेस जो था वो आई ओपनिंग था, बहुत भक्तों के लिए आई ओपनिंग था। लेकिन पता नहीं मेरे जड़ मत, जब साइंटिस्ट लोग यहाँ पर रहते थे तो मंदिर में जोर से कीर्तन नहीं हो सकता था, करताल नहीं बजाने का, मृदंग नहीं बजाने का, क्योंकि साइंटिस्ट लोग डिस्टर्ब हो जाएंगे। तो हम लोग डिस्टर्ब हो गए थे कुछ समय के लिए। लेकिन जब यह हुआ वर्ल्ड कांग्रेस, और वर्ल्ड कांग्रेस तो हुआ उस समय तो खूब फर्स्ट क्लास का 5 स्टार प्रसाद था, क्या क्या था। लेकिन एक बार भाई दास हॉल में एक प्रोग्राम हुआ था उसी वर्ल्ड कांग्रेस के तुरंत बाद, तो नोबेल लॉरिएट लोग वहाँ पर थे, और हृदयानंद महाराज भी आए थे। श्रीधर महाराज ग्लोरीफाई कर रहे थे और सबके सामने कन्फेस किए श्रीधर महाराज कि महाराज को प्रभुपाद जी समझे, और प्रभुपाद जी महाराज प्रभुपाद जी को समझे, और प्रभुपाद महाराज को समझे। इसलिए प्रभुपाद ने इतना बड़ा उत्तरदायित्व महाराज को दिया। और ये साइंटिफिक प्रीचिंग जो है वो वर्ल्ड में रिवॉल्यूशन लाएगा। और इतना कहते कहते श्री स्वामी बहुत रोए, बहुत रोए। फिर महाराज जब यहाँ पर नोबेल लॉरिएट्स लोग थे तो उन लोगों से महाराज इंट्रोड्यूस करा रहे थे, ये मंदिर का वाइस प्रेसिडेंट है, यू नो, लाइक रियली प्राउडली। तो मैं भी थोड़ा फील कर रहा था, मैं समझता कि नोबेल लॉरिएट क्या होते उन दिनों तक, लेकिन महाराज इंट्रोड्यूस करा रहे थे। एक समय महाराज यहाँ के JBC थे, तो एक बात, भक्तों के प्रति बड़ा इनका स्नेह था। वो सभी भक्तों से मिलते थे वेरी इजीली। और शाम को 2 काम हम लोग करते थे। एक काम था इनके साथ में पूरे हरे कृष्ण लाइन का निरीक्षण करना, देखना। और महाराज बड़े विजनरी थे, तो हमेशा सोचते थे कि ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसा होना चाहिए। तो महाराज कहते थे कि आज भी, आई एम सॉरी संदीपनी प्रभु, लेकिन आज भी जो हमारे फ्लावर या गार्डन जो हैं, ये कोई ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं है, रियली हाई क्लास नहीं है। तो महाराज बतला रहे थे कि यहाँ पर फूल होना चाहिए, यू नो, तो क्योंकि ब्यूटी होता है फ्लावर से। तो बतला रहे थे अभी तो उधर सब बन गया है, पक्का हो गया है, और फूड फॉर लाइफ और यू नो अपना नीलाचल वैदिक विलेज का उस साइड में। तो पहले वो गार्डन था उस साइड में, जैसे इधर मछली वाला गार्डन है ना, वैसे उधर गार्डन था। तो महाराज ने कहा कि उधर ब्यूटीफुल फ्लावर होना चाहिए, पाथवे फ्लावर होना चाहिए। फिर कह रहा था जो प्लांट हैं वो एक समान होना चाहिए, ये न के ऊपर नीचे। तो एक एक चीज़ को माइन्यूटली यू नो बतला रहे थे, और कहे कि एक प्रोफेशनल लाना चाहिए। जब हाई क्लास लोगों को हम अट्रैक्ट करना चाहते हैं तो ए प्लेस हाई क्लास होना चाहिए। प्रभुपाद जी ने बनाया इस जगह को सो दैट द हाई सेगमेंट ऑफ सोसाइटी कैन कम हियर। तो हाई सेगमेंट ऑफ सोसाइटी के लोग कैसे आएंगे, उसके लिए उपयुक्त बनाना चाहिए। तो एक बात यह मुझे आज तक लगा हुआ है दिमाग में, तो इसलिए अपने जोन में जहाँ भी है, कानपुर को जा कर के देखे गार्डन, चाहे लखनऊ जा कर के देखे। लखनऊ में हम 30,000 रुपया पे कर रहे हैं, छोटा जगह है, 50,000 पे कर रहे हैं मालियों को कानपुर में, केवल गार्डन को अपडेट रखने के लिए, क्योंकि ब्यूटी है उसमें। दूसरा बात था, मैं शॉर्ट सब करते जा रहा हूँ, प्रभुपाद क्वार्टर के ऊपर महाराज पूरा सफाई कराए, स्वयं किए, हम लोग भी किए। बोले कचरा भरा हुआ था, क्या क्या सामान नहीं था टेरेस के ऊपर, पूरा सफाई कराए। और उस समय वो प्लांट पॉट खरीद कर कुछ लाया गया उसको, और पॉट लगवाया महाराज। और शाम को सूर्यास्त से पहले गोधूली के समय वहाँ हम लोग बैठते थे। समुद्र से अच्छा हवा आता था, उतना बड़ा बिल्डिंग उस समय नहीं था इधर। और महाराज वहाँ पर प्रभुपाद जी कथा कहते थे, और उसके बाद में संध्या आरती, और बाद में प्रभुपाद क्वार्टर में जाते थे हम लोग, भजन गाते थे। महाराज स्वयं गाते थे, और महाराज अनुवाद पढ़ते थे, और कहते थे कि जो भजन है ऑर्डिनरी नहीं है, समस्त वैदिक शास्त्रों का निचोड़ है। तो इनका जो प्रेम था प्रभुपाद जी में, निष्ठा, आचार्यों में निष्ठा, उनके उपदेशों में निष्ठा, लोगों को यहाँ बुलाना। जब भी क्लास देंगे तो बड़ा विजनरी क्लास हुआ करता था इनका। प्रभुपाद जी क्या चाहते थे, हाउ कैन वी टेक ओवर होल वर्ल्ड, हाउ वी कैन मेक एवरीवन डिवोटी, ये उनका ध्येय रहा करता था हमेशा। एक बार हम ट्रेवल कर रहे थे वृंदावन से दिल्ली एयरपोर्ट जा रहे थे, एम्बेसडर गाड़ी था, तो ऐसा ही बात हो रहा था। तो बोले कि देवकीनंदन प्रभु, यू शुड बिकम प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया। तो अगेन, और इतना ही नहीं कहे, उन्होंने कहा कि वास्तव में राज्य कार्य युधिष्ठिर महाराज के प्रतिनिधियों के द्वारा चलना चाहिए। तो पूरा परपट दिए, इतना तो कह दिया कि यू शुड बी प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया, लेकिन पूरा परपट दिए युधिष्ठिर महाराज के समय में कैसे था। तो वो मतलब वृंदावन से दिल्ली तक सत्संग होते गया ये सब बातों का। तो कहने के लिए तो मेरे बहुत है, लेकिन एक बात और थोड़ा कहकर ख़त्म करूँगा। निताई प्रभु ने थोड़ा टच कर दिया मणिपुर का। मैं एक बार केवल मणिपुर गया हूँ, और वो था राधा गोविंद मंदिर के उद्घाटन का समय। तो जब फ्लाइट कलकत्ता से हम लिए, तो मणिपुर से पहले हॉपिंग फ्लाइट था, पहाड़ के बीच में रुका। इतना ब्यूटीफुल जगह था वो एयरपोर्ट, छोटा था लेकिन इतना ब्यूटीफुल था। उसके रनवे के बाहर खाई, लेफ्ट में खाई, राइट में खाई, सब तरफ खाई था। केवल एक ही पहाड़ था जिस पर छोटा सा एयरपोर्ट था और फ्लाइट वहाँ रुकता था। और चारों तरफ लंबा लंबा पहाड़, कितना सुंदर ब्यूटीफुल लग रहा था। कलकत्ता में ये क्या महीना था? अगस्त था ना? अगस्त था ना नीताई? मणिपुर का उद्घाटन ऐसे ही कुछ था। तो इधर गर्मी था लेकिन वहाँ इतना ठंडा लग रहा था, एकदम स्वर्ग लग रहा था। मैं कहा मणिपुर जरूर स्वर्ग होगा। गए मणिपुर एयरपोर्ट। एयरपोर्ट से मंदिर नज़दीक है, कोई दूर नहीं है। और ड्राइव हुए, मणिपुर के रोड बड़े अच्छे थे, हरा भरा जगह, रियली हेवनली प्लानेट मणिपुर है। तो जैसा कि निताई प्रभु कहे कि हम लोग गए तो उसमें बहुत भूख लगा था और महाराज प्रसाद का व्यवस्था करा। अपने वो भी वेटिंग कर रहे थे। तो उनका एक रूम था, उसके बगल के रूम में एक नाथ हमारा मित्र, कई एक भक्त यहाँ के थे जो यहाँ पहले भक्त थे हमारे, मैं टेम्पल कमांडर था एक नाथ। उसके बाद और सब लोग थे। तो वहाँ पर बड़ा प्रेम से हम लोगों को प्रसाद खिलाए, महाराज स्वयं परोस करके खिला रहे थे। उसके बाद जब स्थापना हो गई तो महाराज ने कहा कि आप लोग मणिपुर, हम लोग होटल में रुके हुए थे और बोले कि आप लोग मणिपुर घूम लो। तो एक भक्त दिए घुमाने के लिए। आई थिंक वो भक्त जैसी पास्ट अवे, क्या नाम, जगत गुरु, गुरुदेव, क्या नाम उसका, ऐसे कुछ नाम था, जो प्रेसिडेंट था, जो प्रेसिडेंट था मणिपुर का, भी पास्ट अवे हो गया लास्ट ईयर, जो भी है। तो ही टूक अस फॉर, क्या नाम, गुरुचरण, गुरुचरण से कुछ राधाचरण लोग हैं। तो ही टूक अस फॉर साइट सीन। तो ब्यूटीफुल लेक, और उस लेक में घर बने हुए हैं, राइट निताई, बम्बू के घर बने हुए हैं। और फिर हम लोग नाव से घूमने के लिए गए। तो रियली ब्यूटीफुल लग रहा था। और लोग रहते हैं, वो घर में रहते हैं, ऐसा बात नहीं केवल शो के लिए है। बम्बू का घर है, बस क्लास में लोग रहते हैं, हम देख कर गए। तो बड़ा अच्छा था। प्रसाद वगैरह महाराज पर्सनली, ही रियली टुक केयर ऑफ एवरीबडी पर्सनली, वेरी पर्सनल in dealing with devotees and devotees well-being. Of course, Maharaj is missed, will be missed and will be remembered for his all transcendental quality. His Holiness Bhakti Sarupdamar Maharaj की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर महाराज की। महाराज के साथ मेरा ज़्यादा एसोसिएशन नहीं था, लेकिन मुझे उनकी स्माइलिंग बहुत पसंद थी। और शुरू में मैं पहली बार 83-84 में जब भाईदास हाल में ये साइंटिस्ट लोग का प्रोग्राम कराए थे, तो महाराज को मैंने उस सूट में देखा था। तो हम उसी समय ज्वाइन किए थे मंदिर। तो मैं बोला क्या साधु है महाराज की, क्या है वकील हैं कोई कोर्ट के, तो क्या साधु लोग भी सूट पहनते हैं क्या? और पहली बार कोई साइंटिस्ट हो और वो साधु हो, मैं पहली बार देखा था। तो सूरदास प्रभु के साथ मैं गया था। सूरदास जी से पूछा कि महाराज भी ये साधु ही हैं? बोले हाँ सन्यासी हैं, प्रभुपाद जी से बहुत प्रिय हैं। तो महाराज से मैं बहुत मिलना चाहता था। तो यहाँ रूम पे एक दिन मिलने गए तो बहुत सारे लोग थे, तो मैं ज़्यादा बात नहीं कर पाया। तो जब बीमार थे तब मैं मिलने गया महाराज को, तो बहुत जैसे डर जैसे लग रहे थे। बोले थे कि ऑपरेशन में क्या होगा ऐसा। तो हम लोग कहते महाराज कुछ नहीं, आजकल तो बहुत अच्छा सब बेहोश कर देते हैं, सब कर देते हैं, पता नहीं चलता। तो उतना सारा हमारा इतना ऐसा संबंध था महाराज से। लेकिन जहाँ इनका प्रोग्राम होता था तो जैसे लगता था मुझे कि ये अलग प्लानेट से लोगों को ले आए हैं, स्वर्ग से परियां उतर के आई हूँ, ऐसा लगता था। तो मैं वो प्रोग्राम में एक बार हमको यहाँ पे कुंभ मेला में बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, पूरा इंचार्ज भीमा प्रभु ने बनाया था कि सब आपको देखना। लेकिन हमने कहा उस दिन महाराज का जिस दिन है वो दिन तो मैं किसी तरह से कहीं नहीं जाऊंगा मार्केट रोड। तो उस दिन जब पता चला कि आज महाराज का ग्रुप जाएगा नहाने के लिए, जिस समय महाराज की टोली तैयार हुई, लग रहा था कि सब कई प्लानेट से उतरे हुए हैं और मृदंग के साथ सब खेलते हुए निकल रहे थे। तो उस दिन हम बहुत पहले 4 बजे ही मार्केट रोड के जाके करके वहाँ जो राशन वासन चाहिए ला के रख दिया था। महाराज के साथ गया, बहुत मुझे आनंद आया। तो महाराज का जो कार्यकलाप था वो सराहनीय था। और मुझे सूरदास प्रभु ने कहा कि अरे ये तो साइंटिस्ट है। तो मैं बोला साइंटिस्ट लोगों में क्या क्या ज़रूरत है और साइंटिस्ट क्यों भक्त बनेंगे। तो नहीं सन्यासी महाराज के बहुत प्रिय हैं। तो बहुत सारे पोस्टर मैंने देखे थे महाराज के कि दरिया के किनारे घूमने जाते थे, माइक पकड़ कर आगे आगे महाराज जी उनके जाते थे। मैं देखता था कि देखिए लोग इतने पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं लेकिन कैसे गुरु के प्रति समर्पण भाव है। आज गुरु के प्रति इतना मैं नहीं देखता हूँ। जैसे भक्ति स्वरूप महाराज जब उनके आगे आगे चलते थे कि ऐसा उनके माइक उनके मुंह के पास ही रखते थे और ये नहीं सोचते थे कि मैं रास्ते में चल रहा हूँ तो कहीं गिर जाऊँगी कि क्या होगा। ये भाव देख करके मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता था। और इनका जो कीर्तन था, आज कोई भक्त कर रहे थे लेकिन ऐसा अमीर कर रहे थे लेकिन उतना करने वाले मेरे जब मंगल आरती में आते रहते थे, कभी लेट हो गए या महाराज की आरती चल रही हो तुरंत जान जाता था महाराज आरती कर रहे हैं। तो एक अद्भुत उनका राग था, उस राग से वो कहते थे, वो राग अभी तक कोई आलाप नहीं पाया है। और मैं भगवान से प्रार्थना करूँगा महाराज जहाँ भी हों प्रभुपाद जी के शरण में हों और भगवान के प्रचार कार्य में लगे हों, ऐसी मेरी इच्छा है। और मैं बहुत ही पसंद करता था महाराज से, लेकिन बहुत ज़्यादा नज़दीक नहीं था, लेकिन उनके जितने भी कार्यकलाप थे मुझे बहुत अच्छे लगते थे। तो मैं यहाँ से विराम करना चाहता हूँ। हरे कृष्णा।
I'll read from the Sri Vyasa Puja 2003 edition, the offering of Srila Sripad Maharaj to Srila Prabhupada. Most revered Srila Prabhupada, at present I am visiting one of the most beautiful Indonesian islands, Bali. Although Indonesia is the most populous Muslim country in the world, in Bali the Hindus are the majority, the only such island in Indonesia. By their fierce Kshatriya spirit, the Hindus there resisted conversion. I was invited to address the International Interreligious Youth Camp for Peace held here at Klangkong on April 3, 2003. Many local leaders and youth from other religious traditions participated in this program. Our devotees of ISKCON Bali also participated in large numbers. One of the highlights of the program was the interreligious Padayatra dubbed Pilgrims of Peace. Toward the end of the Padayatra, we all stopped at a large intersection and each religious group performed a prayer and chanting for world peace from its tradition, while all the others stood around and watched. I was thrilled to see for the first time in my life that our Muslim brothers have their own traditional form of Sankirtan. They were all dressed in smart uniforms with 2 men carrying swords at the front. In the back, the participants were reciting Islamic prayers while the participants in uniform danced and moved their bodies in rhythm with the drums. It was wonderful to see their culture of Sankirtan. When our turn came and our Balinese devotees began chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with their sweet voices, accompanied by the sound of conch shells, mridangas, kartalas, something divine happened. Everyone, including our Islamic brothers and sisters and all the others, found it impossible to restrain themselves and just watch. Everyone spontaneously joined in the chanting and dancing with great ecstasy. Everyone felt extremely happy to have the blessings of the Harinam Mahamantra. Srila Prabhupada, your divine mercy is valuable in every part of the globe, and your divine mission is expanding in all directions. Seeing this festival, we felt great hope that By your divine mercy, we will soon be able to see all the youths of different communities and traditions of the world join hands in worshipping the Supreme Lord through the culture of Sankirtan as predicted by our most merciful Lord Gauranga. The world is increasingly infected by the lower modes of material nature. The influence of Kali Yuga is becoming stronger and stronger. War, terrorist activities of various forms, new dangerous diseases, and so on have created great fear and anxiety in everyone's mind. And the material civilization has been totally shaken. Srila Prabhupada, your divine message of taking shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna is the only medicine. At this critical time, all the big material scientists, philosophers, atheists, etc. must be feeling totally helpless. The present situation is the greatest opportunity to accelerate your divine mission for the welfare of everyone. Even some of the leading scientists of the world are making serious attempts to undertake research in spiritual fields in order to solve some of the difficult problems of life. Serious research is going on in various parts of the world in areas such as proving the existence of God from scientific argument, a scientific study of spiritual transformation and of spirituality's influence in the lives of people, and a scientific explanation of unconditional love, bhakti. Your divine vision, Srila Prabhupada, of transforming the hearts of materialistic scientists is the beginning to be realized to some degree. Srila Prabhupada, please bless this most lowly servant to continue humbly serving your divine instruction to influence the world's educational systems with spirituality through scientific and cultural interaction with all peoples. If the youths who are crowding the colleges and universities of the world are inspired to study in spiritual science and culture, then world peace is surely conceivable, as your divine grace has described in your purport to the peace formula verse of Bhagavad Gita 5:29. Spiritual education means recognizing that the Supreme Lord is the ultimate beneficiary of all our sacrifices and activities, and that He is the well-wisher and benefactor of all living beings. Therefore, education should be engaged wholly and solely in service of the Lord. On this most auspicious day of your divine appearance, I humbly beg again for your continued guidance, Srila Prabhupada. Your eternal servant, Bhakti Swarupa Damodara Swami. I wanted to just read this out. Hare Krishna. Srila Sripad Maharaj ki Jai.
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate, Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurtuse Namah. Namo Brahmanadevaya Go Brahmahitaya Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namusate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutadevi Pranami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatru Vyasya Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patithanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Thank you very much for organizing the wonderful Vyasa Puja celebration of His Holiness Swarup Damodar Maharaj. And of course, there's a big festival happening in Radhakund, and wonderful murti is getting installed over there of Panchadhatu, and why not Ashtadhatu. Same. So Ashtadhatu murti is getting installed there. So my connection with Maharaj goes back to 1978, when he was not the spiritual master. And our association was something very, very, very nice. My association with him was especially very good because he was culturally motivated person all the time. And he had established a wonderful cultural center there, Sri Niketan, Ranga Niketan. So he will always be connected with me because at that time I was having my own connection with the Bollywood, so he would always beckon me. But we enjoyed his kirtans in the temple hall. Nowadays the young people, folks get very tired immediately. They try to leave the temple hall the moment Pranam Mantra is said of Srila Prabhupada. One by one, everybody will leave the temple hall. But at the time when the Guru Puja was happening and the Kirtan was happening, especially of Sarup Damodar Maharaj, and it will spill over till 8:32, 8:30. And we used to sweat like anything. We needed these two big fans of lobby to cool off us, all of us. That was his wonderful melodious kirtan, melodious personality, and at the time he used to be in the second floor of the guest house. That whole area was small. It was not so big then. It was a small hall and few rooms in the front. Then slowly the temple authorities gave the rooms on the right side, left side, and the floor was completely engulfed by BI. So his contributions to scientific preaching, the cultural, festivals getting put up in the Western countries, European countries, he was always in that. And I had a wonderful equation. And I remember in 1986, we also put up a big scientific Synthesis for Science and Religion, a big conference at Baidas Hall. It was there for a long time. And Maharaj was very kind enough, and he made me to, I was managing the restaurant at the time. And he made me to do that, the breakfast, lunch, and the dinner for all the Nobel laureates, scientists, and so many things. And it was a challenging responsibility, but we did it, and even Dalai Lama was part of that, conference, and so many people came, so many scientists came. And that was the first time that we could interact with international and the national scientists in Baidas Hall, and everybody spoke very, very nicely, and you can see everybody's renderings in the form of book which was released by BI then. And his relationship with me was very, very, very sweet. And I can say that, whenever he is here in Bombay, he will call upon, and he says, "Where is Surdas?" All the time. There will be so many disciples going to him and meet him, but he would always call me, "Where is Surdas?" So at that time, I was not Surdas. I just became Surdas in 82 when Maharaj was designated, Gopal Krishna Maharaj and Sarup Damodar Maharaj were designated as initiating gurus in ISKCON. These were the two people at the time. Sarup Damodar Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, and I think one more was there, and they were designated. We accomplished that. 86, we accomplished that, the conference. And then he was always absorbed in making a temple, Mani temple in Manipur. And my guard was shifted from Govindas to cultural center. And he will always tell me, "When are you going to do a big program?" Every time, whenever he would come here, he will summon me. "What happened to the program in Manipur?" I said, "Maharaj, I'm trying to work on it, something big." No, we want to see that we should have a big contingent over there. We want to have that. So after a long time of, I think in 87 or 88, I don't remember exactly the year. So then I said that, okay, Maharaj, I will take R.D. Burman and Asha Bhosle there, and we'll have a very big program. So that was something very, very, very huge program. Almost about 50,000 people congregated in Manipur. And that was my little contribution, little services for Sripad Maharaj, because he always wanted to make a wonderful, and he was struggling for the money, especially in the northeastern side. People have not so much of money, and how to raise a wonderful money for this temple. So that was the only thing. So he was very happy, and one of the Eastern Command generals was very much, fascinated by Sripad Maharaj, and he was practically he was acting like a disciple. And he said that, you don't worry, we'll put up this whole program there in those days too. So that program got accomplished, and he was so thankful to me that you did it. Surdas, you did it. I said that it is your mercy, your blessings that could motivate me to do this, and your management that could hold such 50,000 people in a stadium in Manipur. It was never heard of before, but he did it because the Eastern Command General was his, just like a disciple, and he managed the whole affairs, and we raised a lot of money. So he was very much happy about it, and we hosted such a big contingent of musicians, almost about 25 musicians with, R.D. Burman, Asha Bhosle, and never has been done in any city such a huge program. So that was his Maharaj's, great skill that he could put up such a wonderful cultural program. And then we hosted all the musicians and everything in Ranganiketan, where all the devotees did wonderful program for their pleasure first when they arrived on the first evening, and next day there was a program on the big program. That was one relationship which brought us more and more together. And obviously, as a person of a great stature, as a devotee, taken shelter of Srila Prabhupada after being such a glorious scientist and connection with so many people. What was his personal, connection with Srila Prabhupada, and his connection with Srila Prabhupada's books? Because his personality was very, very humble. He was not very aggressor. He was not a passionate. He was very, very, very sweet person, melodious singer, melodious speaker, and good motivator to wonderful literate and educated people. And he was a very different person altogether. Unfortunately, we missed him so early. He could have lived for more years and more years, but unfortunately, Krishna snatched him, and his consciousness was so, so focused on, singing the wonderful songs, Vaishnava songs. I remember, he was speaking one Vaishnava song that was mostly glorifying, the gopis, and singing that song. I don't remember that particular song. Maharaj used to always sing that. Whenever he would have a kirtan, and he will sing that song very nicely. And he was always kindly, and he was the best host. Sometimes the brahmacharis will say that, oh, why should I serve this person, that person? I saw him, how when we went as a team to Manipur, to the last he would serve personally all the devotees, especially the people who came there. And he was allowed to serve the Mino of Manipur. Correct? Sometimes everybody is, this is Bengali, this is Oriya, and this is this, and this is this. But Sripad Maharaj was always very much interested in hosting the devotees and serving them with Manipuri Minos. And Manipuri Minos means without chilies. They're very, very sattvic. You have to have lotus stem, the part of that menu, either cooked or either in salad or whatever it is. So this is, and all the preparations are full of sag, full of lotus leaves, lotus stem, and all that, and something also from the lotus inside. I don't know what that called in Manipuri. So all these preparations were done, at least about 20-25 preparations on the plate, but none with the chilies. So that shows, Maharaj was very, very sattvic. His ahar was sattvic, his vichar was sattvic, his singing was melodious, and he was inspirational. And we also took many times also the Himaji's group there, second time. So we did a couple of programs for that, and he was very happy. I said that, Maharaj, you order whatever you want, and at least in my little capacity, I could serve Sripad Maharaj with these two wonderful cultural exchanges. And when I was traveling in Europe sometimes, in the same time when he was traveling, and he was very, very happy. Always, we met in Los Angeles, and he was doing many programs at the time in America and Europe. He said, Surdas, you come along with me, we'll go together. I said, Maharaj, I have got some other programs, but you have different programs, and we have not really consolidated before leaving. So he said, okay. So that was his, prowess in cultural activities, and he would go, and wherever he used to have scientific seminars and everything, he would put the cultural events also. He had a combination of both. Sometimes our sannyasis and everything, they don't have any taste for cultural activities. And this is all ladies and this and that and all, singing and all that stuff. So, but he being very different, he was, focused, because Manipur as state is focused. Whatever is there dancing, Manipuri dancing and everything, it's all revolving around Krishna's and Krishna's pastimes. So that's why it makes him different than the rest of the people who had an affinity towards, this dancing, programs, singing, all that stuff. So that's how I loved him very much, and he would always come and patronize any cultural programs in Bhakti Kalakshetra was happening, whether it was recording the albums or recording the everything. And in fact, you will be very surprised to know this. He was the first person, Sarup Damodar Maharaj inaugurated the snack bar. When I opened the snack bar way back in 1983, he opened the snack bar outside. There was nobody. Where we have this stall at this moment, the temporary stall, so in front of that there was a garden there. It was not as concrete as it is now. It was completely garden all around, and we used to keep the chairs and tables, and people used to sit in the garden, and people used to, and he inaugurated that. So many things he has been, he was a personal inspiration to me, because he was very educated, he was focused to Srila Prabhupada's preaching. He being a scientist, he was always attracting a very intelligent class of people, not tapuri class of people, So he will always attract very high class, educated people, IIT, and so many other places. We went to Calcutta, we did many programs there, like that. And, spiritually and philosophically very sound sannyasi, giving very apt classes and very renounced and did many things for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada, and that's why Prabhupada loved him. And he was instrumental in taking out many books which Srila Prabhupada personally told him. That is, life comes from life. That was his contribution. And some second book was also a scientific basis of Krishna consciousness. That was his contribution. And then you can see many books which have been written by Sarup Damodar Maharaj. And I personally, I missed him as a good friend and good well-wisher of personally mine. And I bow down my head time and again, and please give me strength as you accomplish the Manipur temple and temple, and give me strength so that we can accomplish this next year Kharghar project. There are so many projects lined up, and we wish to, I wish he could be there, but he is not. In spirit he is there, but in physical body he is not there. He would have been very, very happy to see such a huge, gigantic temple coming up in Kharghar. And he would be personally very, very happy. And somehow these wonderful devotees I have missed, whether it is Sarup Damodar Maharaj, whether it is our Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj and Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. They were my real well-wishers, very real well-wishers of mine, because I continued to serve them in their own respective places, and they had seen how I have served them and how I have brought them. I did whatever I could do in my little capacity, and I'm thankful to them for making me more and more Krishna conscious. While I was in the young budding age, they nurtured me by their kirtans, by lectures, by association, by giving me prasadam, by patting me at the backside, giving their uchista to me, and it is all their good blessings that I have been able to sustain myself in ISKCON for all these years. And I pray to Sripad Maharaj, and please bless me so that I can be dedicated as he had dedicated his life to Srila Prabhupada in the mission of ISKCON. And I think I didn't have any qualification, but I had the qualification of associating and serving such wonderful, great, wonderful stalwarts of Srila Prabhupada. And that's how I love, ISKCON's movement, and we have to learn from his example, and that's how we have to focus ourselves, at the dust of such wonderful Vaishnavas, so that we can accomplish our journey very, very nicely of devotional service. And this is what I have to say on this auspicious occasion. And we have made a memorial also at Kharghar, and you'll be very much happy to know that all the books are placed there, and all the sannyasis who have left, there is a memorial there. And we always sort of, like today I may have got the chance to speak about Sripad Maharaj, but when I am in Kharghar, whoever guest is coming, so every weekend I will talk about these great stalwarts. So that gives me another impetus to see that I purify myself all the time, because whenever any important guests come on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, there are hundreds of people visiting that Prabhupada quarters, and these all great, wonderful souls are there, the pictures, and every picture I get an opportunity to speak who they are and what their contribution for Srila Prabhupada's movement is, and how many disciples, how many books, and everything they have contributed to the world. And you may do it as a disciple, you may do it once in a month, once in a year, but I am doing it every week over there, And if you want to see it, you are most welcome to come there and see it yourself. So with this, I request all of you to keep on, following the instructions of Sripad Maharaj, and wherever you are, develop little detachment and attachment to the lotus feet of Sripad Maharaj, so that you can, from your home, with your family, serve the great Vaishnavas, and in totality, we carry out the legacy of ISKCON forward with our own full, determination, devotion, and detachment from the worldly things. So, His Holiness Sripad Maharaj ki, His Holiness Sripad Maharaj ki, His Holiness Sripad Maharaj ki. There are so many anecdotes, but I don't want to take so much of time. And thank you for giving me a chance so that I could purify myself on this wonderful occasion. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
I came to India in 1991, and actually my first sponsors were the BI. But I had never heard about His Holiness Bhaktiswarup Damodar Swami, although I had joined ISKCON in 1978, but I was in South Africa. We were very busy building our temple and doing so many things. And I came in 91 because my spiritual master, my third spiritual master, had been instructed by Srila Prabhupada to write a book and on the history of Hare Krishna land. And it took many, many years to finish, so he wanted me to do some research and be his secretary. And so I was living in the temple here in Juhu. There was still a ladies' ashram. And Srila Bhaktiswarup Damodar Swami Maharaj, he was in the BI, and he used to give classes and lead kirtans, and I was quite impressed by his vibrancy and enthusiasm and power. He was so powerful. But again, I was very busy, and also I'm not a scientist, and I used to, I just didn't really have much to do with His Holiness at all. I don't think I ever spoke with him. I offered my obeisances when he used to come in the temple room, and I used to listen to his classes, which I very much appreciated. So anyway, in 1996 I moved to Vrindavan, and I don't remember which year Maharaj left, but when I heard that he left, I was completely devastated. I remember I locked myself up in my room, and I was listening to his kirtan the whole day, and I was crying. And this is the potency of somebody of that caliber, that he affected me without my knowing it, and I was really very, very devastated. Anyway, then I remember when they brought his holy body to Vrindavan to go to Radhakund to put him in Samadhi, the devotees were very worried. I remember especially Devakinandan Prabhu, he was there, and he was very eager that, his Maharaj's holy body be taken to Radhakund quickly, because he had already left a day or two earlier, and they were very worried that the Samadhi that they had dug was not going to be able to accommodate him, because they would not be able to put him in the proper position. So anyway, we were fortunate to see him in Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi in Vrindavan. There was one side, this Prabhupada Samadhi, where he's sitting in the lotus position, and then in the other side there was not yet that kind of spiritual market. So his body was there, and I had the great good fortune of being able to put my to touch his lotus feet, and I was very happy about that. Then we all went to Radhakund, to the temple that he had. That I think that land was donated to him by the Maharaj of Manipur, something. Anyway, so the samadhi was there, Maharaj's body was there, and I remember they actually bathed him, and when it was quite amazing that, I don't remember very well, I'm half senile now, but he looked like he was sleeping. He looked so beautiful, he looked so effulgent. And when they took him from the place where they were dressing him to the samadhi, to put him in samadhi, he moved from one side and another like he was fast asleep. It was so incredible. It didn't look like he had gone. And it is so amazing. And I'm sorry, that's all I have to say. And as I was asked to speak, I don't have anything much significant. But what's significant is that such a personality never dies, actually, even though, it looks like his body was, that he had left his body, but his body still looked alive. It's so incredible. Anyway, sorry. Hare Krishna. Srila Sripad Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj ki jai. Samaveta Bhaktavrinda ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharya Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachati Destani Jai Sripad Maharaj की। तो श्रीपाद महाराज का पहला तो उनका स्वभाव है हंसना। कभी महाराज ऐसे नहीं है कि हंसेंगे नहीं, हर एक भक्तों के साथ में हंसेंगे। और मैं तो कुछ दिन कमांडर रहा तो उनका मेरा बहुत ही सही था, क्योंकि कीर्तन के लिए मुझे पहले नजीक बुलाते थे करताल बजाने के लिए, तो मुझे उसका याद आती है। और महाराज का जो कीर्तन का जो टून है वो तो इतनी फेमस है, हर एक व्यक्ति आकर्षण होके मंदिर भर के लोग नाचते थे और कीर्तन करते थे। इसी प्रकार से महाराज का स्वभाव जो है बहुत सुंदर स्वभाव। मुझे याद आ रही है महाराज का जो किडनी स्टोन जो हुआ था और ऑपरेशन के लिए जब हिंदू जा रहे थे, तब महाराज बहुत भक्त थे और उस भक्तों के बीच में मैं भी था। तो महाराज, क्योंकि राजसूया के प्रभु के साथ में मैं भी एक दो बार महाराज के पास गया था वहाँ उनको देखने के लिए, तो इसीलिए तो इस हिसाब से महाराज का बहुत स्वभाव बढ़िया है और सुंदर ढंग से उन्होंने अपने जीवन काल में प्रभुपाद का आज्ञा का पालन किया, हम लोगों को आश्वासन दिया। महाराज जीवन में कीर्तन से बड़ी ही फेमस है। मुझे याद है वृंदावन में एक बार सारे डिसाइपल उनके थे और मैं वृंदावन में ऐसे ही महाराज लेक्चर दिए और लेक्चर के बाद में महाराज से मिला। तो बोला राधा कृष्ण प्लीज़ शाम को भोजन के लिए आओ, प्रसाद के लिए एक जगह आ जाओ, प्रसाद के लिए आ जाओ। तो मैंने कहा कि ठीक है महाराज, मुझे उसका एड्रेस पता नहीं है। तो इन डिसाइपल को कहा कि इनको शाम को 7 बजे MBT के पीछे में किसका घर है बहुत बड़ा, वहाँ पर महाराज रुके थे, बहुत बढ़िया रहने की सुविधा है वहाँ पर। महाराज ने बढ़िया प्रसाद बनाया था और जिस प्रकार भक्तिचार्य महाराज कभी भी गेस्ट को बुलाते थे स्वयं अपने हाथ से खिलाते थे, तो महाराज भी इसे अपने हाथ से बढ़िया ब्लैक राइस वगैरह बना के बढ़िया अच्छा सलाद बना के सारे भक्तों को बिठा के अपने हाथ से प्रसाद खिलाए। मुझे उसकी याद आती है। तो महाराज का जो प्रेम है अटूट प्रेम है सभी भक्तों के प्रति, और महाराज हमेशा हंसमुख चेहरे से रहते थे, वो एक मुझे याद आती है हमेशा। और कीर्तन के समय तो बस जब ओल्ड कांग्रेस का जो प्रोग्राम हुआ उस समय भी सभी भक्तों को लेके महाराज सब ड्यूटी दिए थी, कैसे भक्तों को, लोगों को व्यवहार करना है, कैसे बात करनी है। पहले महाराज ने लेक्चर दिया था कि सारे भक्त जब नए लोग आएंगे, अमेरिकन लोग आएंगे, उनके साथ कैसे बात करना है। और बात करने के लिए हमें किसी को, उन्होंने जो लोग बताया तो वही लोग बात करेंगे, दूसरे लोग कोई उनसे बात नहीं करेंगे उनसे, उनके साथ में। इस प्रकार से सब महाराज ने सबको बताया था। तो मुझे याद आती है, तो बहुत हम लोग बड़े कृपा है महाराज की हम लोग के ऊपर, ऐसी ही कृपा बरसा के रखते। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण। बोलो श्रीपाद महाराज की। एक बार बोले हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। धन्यवाद। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। वंशकल्पत्र वैश्यकुपासिंदो वच पतितानां पावन वैष्णव नमो। चंदन कटे वैष्णव बंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद महाराज की, श्रील गुरु महाराज की जय। हरे कृष्ण। मैं इतना क्वालिफाइड भी नहीं हूँ, क्योंकि गुरु महाराज मुझे इतना प्रेम से दीक्षा दिया है, इसलिए जैसे अलंकार, भगवान अलंकार पहनने से अलंकार का स्वभाव बढ़ जाता है, इसलिए हमारा भी क्वालिटी बढ़ गया है। मैं जब भागवत पढ़ रहा था, वहाँ पर एकादश स्कंद में एक श्लोक आता है, त्यक्ता स्वजस जसुरसित राज लक्ष्मी धर्मिष्ठ राज्य वत्सा अगाधर माया मुर्गे द्वैते इस अनुधावित बंदे महापुरुष के चरणारविंदो। ये जो श्लोक है, आप लोग जो ये वॉल में देखो, ये सब वॉल में फोटो लगा हुआ है, गुरु महाराज का फोटो लगा है। फोटो में बहुत सारी मटेरियल भौतिकवादी लोग हैं, देखो, क्योंकि उन लोग वो आजकल का बड़ा बड़ा साइंटिस्ट है जो पढ़ा लिखा बोलते हैं, उनका बुक लेकर वो पढ़ के ये बोलते हैं, इनका ये होता है माया मूर्ख। इनको इस श्लोक में ये माया मूर्ख कहते हैं। तक्ता सदस्युत सुरसुत राज लक्ष्मी धर्मिष्ठ आज्य बसस। आज्य बसस भगवान का वाणी, ये जो प्रभुपाद का वाणी, ये प्रभुपाद ने ऐसे बोला था महाराज, गुरु महाराज को, तुम इतना बड़ा बड़ा प्रोग्राम बनाओ जैसे कि वाराणसी का सबसे बड़ा सिटी में। ये जो प्रभुपाद का वाणी आज्य बससा त्यक्ता सोजो, मतलब ये भगवान इतना पढ़ा लिखा होकर भी मतलब त्याग कर दे पढ़ा लिखा पढ़ाई का। त्यक्ता सुरक्षित राजलक्ष्मी धर्मिष्ठ आज्य बससा जद अगाध्य अरण्यम। अरण्य मतलब टाउन टू टाउन, पूरा वाराणसी घूम गए। माया मुर्ग दैते इस्पिता अनुधावितम। माया मुर्ग जो जब फोटो दिखा रहे हैं ना, ये जो साइंटिस्ट लोग हैं वो सब माया मुर्ग है, उनका पीछे दौड़ के पूरा जिंदगी बिता दिया हमारे गुरु महाराज। इसलिए इसलिए महापुरुष जहाँ भी हो, मेरा उनका चरण में पाद में प्रणाम है। आज का ये जो पवित्र तिथि है, जगन्नाथ का औडनी षष्ठी भी है, कि जगन्नाथ आज जो ठंडी वस्त्र पहने, मतलब ठंडी वस्त्र आज से शुरू करेगा पहनने का। ये पवित्र दिन में मैं और एक बात बोलता हूँ, हमारा गुरु महाराज एक इधर पढ़ाई लिखाई वाले को करते हैं, और एक मूर्ख लोगों को भी कैसे अपना बनाते हैं। उड़ीसा का एक घटना है, एक व्यक्ति है, उनका नाम हरदास है। वो कभी पढ़ाई भी किया नहीं, लेकिन उनका सेकेंड इनिशिएशन होना है। फर्स्ट इनिशिएशन हो जाता है, लेकिन सेकेंड इनिशिएशन होना है। सेकेंड इनिशिएशन में उनको इंटरव्यू था गुरु महाराज का देने के लिए, लेकिन एक भी पढ़ा नहीं। उनको पूछा, उनको बोले महाराज आपको सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं। इसमें महाराज हर टाइम इंग्लिश में बोलते थे, इनको उड़िया में ट्रांसलेशन कर रहा था एक भक्त ने। महाराज आपको सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं, आप उत्तर दे पाएगा कि नहीं? सवाल क्या पूछेगा मुझे? कृष्ण भगवान है, उनका सेवा करना हमारा धर्म है, अब क्या सवाल वो पूछेगा? इतना सुन के गुरु महाराज खुश हो गए, उनको तुरंत दिखा देते सेकंड इनिशिएशन। महाराज इतना प्रेम करते, मूर्ख को भी प्रेम करते हैं। मैं 2005 में महाराज का दीक्षा लिया है, लेकिन मैं आज तक आज हो गया 16 साल वेट कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि महाराज के साथ में ये जो विग्रह प्रतिष्ठा उत्सव को वेट करता था, क्योंकि मैं विग्रह उत्सव प्रतिष्ठा का बाद सेकंड इनिशिएशन लेगा। कि मेरा सामने आके बहुत सारे भक्त दीक्षा ले के भगवान का सेवा कर रहे हैं, लेकिन मैं अभी तक वेट कर रहा था ये विग्रह का प्रतिष्ठा कब होगा, कि आज ये पवित्र दिन है। मैं इसीलिए हमारे गुरु महाराज को प्रणाम करता हूँ। वहाँ पर भी जहाँ पर हो आपका पादपद में पुष्प पुष्टि हो, ये अधम को कृपा वर्षा कीजिए, जे कि मैं बार बार मेरा भक्ति को आगे बढ़ा सकते। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम। ऋषिपाद महाराज की जय, शील प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. So in one of his classes in ISKCON Juhu, Sripad Maharaj used to say that behind this world is not Big Bang. Behind this creation is not Big Bang. Behind the creation is Big Brain. And that was very interesting. I use this often in my classes. And people get attracted that behind this creation is Big Brain of Krishna. Another time when Maharaj was talking about Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, Kali Yug. So Kali Yuga he defined as civilization of science and technology, civilization of machines. So Sripad Maharaj very innovatively would use the concepts of modern science and modern world to explain our philosophy, Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, and like that he attracted so many audiences. When I was studying in IIT Powai, my masters, so very newly I came in contact with ISKCON. At that time, Raghuchandra Prabhu, who is one of the professor in IIT, who was Dr. K.S. Rao, I didn't knew him. He gave a call to me in my hostel and he said that Sripad Maharaj is coming, so you also please come for the program. So I was very new to ISKCON, so I got an invitation for a program. I happily went to his house. Then he told Maharaj is going to arrive soon, so we will go to the IIT gate and welcome him. So he was there, one more devotee was there, both in dhoti kurta, and I was a new student in pant shirt, and they were doing kirtan at the gate. And to me it was very odd because all my friends and professors were coming from the gate and I was standing with these two dhoti kurta fellows singing with them. I was feeling a little odd and awkward because I was new to the process of bhakti. And that time there were no mobiles. So the only information we had is the car has left from Juhu. But what time the car will reach the gate, we didn't have any information. So almost for 45 minutes we were standing there doing kirtan. And then Maharaj's car came. And not even 1 second, car came inside the gate and left. So I was thinking 45 minutes we stood here doing kirtan and we couldn't even see Maharaj. Then we all rushed behind the car. Raghuchandra Prabhu's house was very near to the gate. So we went to the gate and that is my first darshan of Guru Maharaj. And Maharaj sat and they washed the feet of Maharaj and we all got Charnamrit. And Maharaj led kirtan and gave a glass, a nice prasadam. So that was my first darshan of Maharaj and it was very blissful. Then I got an opportunity to join the temple and started service in BI, Bhaktivedanta Institute. Maharaj is Prabhupada made Maharaj lifetime international director for Bhaktivedanta Institute. So we used to be in BI doing scientific preaching, doing college programs and discussing quantum mechanics, physics, chemistry, biology and all kind of stuff and adding them to Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. Then also I started serving in IYF and that's the time Maharaj mercifully gave me initiation from Bhakta Gopal to Gokuleshwar Das. That is his mercy. One time Maharaj was very keen that I use my knowledge of mathematics in scientific preaching. So there is one theorem in mathematics called Gödel's incompleteness theorem. Bit hi-fi, but yeah, it's a very interesting theorem. So Maharaj used to talk about that, which essentially says that even if this whole world or all knowledge we take as a logical system, God exists, this statement neither can be proved nor can be disproved. Nobody can use the logic of this world to prove the existence of God. Simultaneously, nobody can use the logic of the world to disprove the existence of God. In other words, God is beyond our logic. Maharaj also in his book wrote a chapter called Beyond Rationality. Modern science is considered within rational campus. Everything has to be rational. Everything has to follow logic. But there is one chapter, Beyond Rationality, that the experience of absolute truth is not rational. It is not within our senses, within our mind, within our intelligence, within our logic. It's beyond. Even there are many forums where even today research happens about spiritual experiences in various religions. Many people claim to have spiritual experiences which cannot be explained logically. But these experiences cannot be denied also. They do exist. For example, mind and medicine. There is a whole branch in medical science, mind and medicine, that some people use the joy of their mind to cure themselves, and it works. There have been experiments like they had patients in two groups, both same patients, given same medical treatment. But for one group, there were priests who were praying for them. And the other group where nobody was praying for them. And both given same medical treatment, both having same disease. And after the findings, they came to know that the group for whom there were prayers, they cured and healed faster than one for whom there were no prayers. So lots of such things. Maharaj also made his lifetime mission to establish life comes from life. And Srila Prabhupada told Sripad Maharaj that if you can prove life comes from life, then all other preaching activities of ISKCON will be easy. Because as soon as it is scientifically established that life comes from life, then the question will be, what is the origin of all lives? And that's Krishna. Life cannot come from matter, so the original life is Krishna. Param Satyam Dhimahi, Sarva Karana Karanam, absolute truth. So Maharaj's contribution in that, you can see some of his activities and his meetings with Nobel laureates and scholars in these photos. When I was in BI, I read one book by mathematician Roger Penrose, and he is a very revolutionary thinker, and he gave lots of new concepts in understanding of the world through mathematics, and he is quite popular in his field in the world. We may not know because we don't deal with those topics. And then I was very happy to know that Maharaj actually met Roger Penrose, and they discussed, and that interview is there, very nice, wherein he agrees that yes, God exists, and he agrees that what Maharaj is saying, that there should be a different way to do science, and he agrees that there should be a different view of the world based on spirituality, and he also agrees that yes, by doing that, this world will be a better place. So some of us may not know the work of BI and the work which Maharaj did because it's not very popularly discussed. But Srila Prabhupada said Bhaktivedanta Institute is most important preaching arm of ISKCON to establish Krishna consciousness scientifically to the scientific audience, to the scientists and scholars, philosophers, leaders. Because today, when we quote scientists, it's easy to preach. If something scientists agree, and we quote, the masses also agree, it's easy to preach. We quote Einstein or Newton. So when Krishna consciousness is established scientifically, it's easy to preach. So Maharaj has written so many books on that, and we welcome you to have a look and read also. I also 2-3 years before went to Indonesia, Bali, and I came to know Maharaj has done wonderful preaching there. Especially at one time, because of some local issues and incompatibility, government had officially closed down ISKCON activities. And Maharaj very humbly met all the government officers and cultivated them and finally cleared the confusion, cleared the issues, and again brought respect for ISKCON. And that is how in a very small island of Bali there are 12 to 14 temples of ISKCON, all thriving. So that is Maharaj's great contribution. And so many devotees spoke so nicely about Maharaj's contribution. So we are coming to the close of the program, so I will end my offering here with my humble obeisances and prayers to Sripad Maharaj to bless me so that I continue to serve Shri Shri Radha Rasbihari and follow his instructions. Sripad Maharaj ki, His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Sripad Maharaj ki. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna